What is up, YouTubes? It is officially the first day for spoilers for Guilds of Ravnica. I am super excited about this set. I have not actually looked at the spoiled cards yet, so I figured why not make a video of it, share my first impressions, my initial thoughts, and just what I think is going to be good or bad in Limited. So with that, I'm going to roll the intro, open up Chrome, let's get into it. Guilds of Ravnica ongoing spoilers, let's scope it out. In this, wait, I want to do Ascending. Yes, okay. So this is the buy a box promo Impervious Great Worm that I'm sure we've all seen. A 16/16 for 10 mana that has Convoke and Indestructible. I'm seeing some pretty fun combos, some janky combos with it. It doesn't appear to be Nexus of Fate level, but we'll wait and see. Either way, it's not limited, has no significance in limited, so we'll just move on from that. Overgrown Tomb. This is the Shocklands. These are what everyone was hoping for, and these got spoiled over the weekend, so I did see that these were coming in, but man, these look at that artwork. It's just sweet looking. Overgrown Tomb, you got the people worshiping, checking it out. Alright, but these cards, besides the Shocklands, I really have no idea what we got going on. Alright, so Boros Challenger, the standard red-white, 2/3, alright, so we're beating the vanilla test. It's got the Mentor ability. Ooh, and we can pump it up, so we can keep having that Mentor ability available and or just doing mass damage. Okay, Boros Challenger, not too shabby, uncommon, I can dig it. Conclave Tribunal. So for 3 and a white, Convoke, and when it enters the battlefield... Oh, so this is this set's Hieromancer's Cage. Okay, got it. But it has Convoke, so that makes it way better. Right? That would make it way better than Hieromancer's Cage in M19. So this is definitely a first pickable card, for sure. Amara, Soul of the Accord. Green and white, so we got that Selesnya going on. Whenever it becomes tapped, create a 1/1 white soldier token with lifelink. So whenever you attack it, okay, so we got to keep an eye out for if there's any other abilities that let us tap down stuff, like Convoke. Wow, okay, so every time you convoke something, which is the Selesnya ability, duh, you're also getting a 1/1 soldier with it, with lifelink. That's not too shabby. That's a pretty strong card. I would take that for sure. Legion Warboss. For 2 and a red, you get a 2/2, which has Mentor. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you get to create a 1/1 Goblin. It gains haste and can attack. So you don't have to attack with it. You can play it down first main phase, go to combat, get a free token. Okay, I'll take that. Narcomoeba. It's an enemy. Got it. So it's a 1/1 flyer for 1 and a blue. When it is put into your graveyard from your library, you may put it onto the battlefield. Okay, so this is working with the Surveil mechanic really well. Now in Limited, I'm not sure how valuable a 1/1 flyer is in Limited, but if it's a free creature that you get to Surveil, I mean there's some. If anyone thinks Surveil is not as good as Scry, I bet there's a 5% chance that Scry's better, but a card like this immediately just makes me think Surveil is way better than Scry. If they have a lot of these abilities in this set, Surveil that's going to be hard to balance. I mean, if you have a card like this, it's like Surveil, draw a free card, not only draw a free card, but play it immediately. And that's huge value in Limited. Surveil is probably my favorite mechanic of the new ones, and I like it more than Convoke. But this... Wow, it's only a 1/1, but I'm thinking if they have more stuff like this, Surveil is going to be the most sought after archetype, guild, whatever in Limited, for sure. In Limited, this is going to be good. In Constructed, I bet this is going to be stupid good. Stupid good. And the artwork's sweet too. So, alright, we'll move on from that. Necrotic Wound. Undergrowth, target creature gets -X/-X till end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. So it's 1 black, instant speed removal that uses Undergrowth. Which also works well with Surveil. There's some good synergy there. But it only gets -X/-X for the creature cards in your graveyard, which in Limited may not be there for the first 3-4 turns. Now granted, instant spell removal is always good in Limited, especially -X/-X can get through Indestructible, stuff like that. And it's going to exile that creature, so graveyard recursion will be an issue. So I'm seeing this card as being pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not sure how first pickable it is, because I feel like you're going to have to wait and see how your deck forms and how often you're going to have creatures in your graveyard early on. But mid to late game, this will probably be one of, if not the best removals in the set. Now, obviously, that's jumping ahead because we've seen like 7 cards so far. But Necrotic Wound, high risk, high reward. That's what I'm gonna give it right now. Looking forward to seeing how this card plays out. I can quasi duplicate. All right, that was not nearly as hard as I thought it was gonna be. 1 and 2 blues. Is it a counterspell? Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Okay. So, yes, they could respond and have you fizzle this card, but the fact that it has Jumpstart, it's a rare though. Yeah, no, that's fine. Jumpstart is probably the one I'm least impressed with, because in limited at least, having to discard a card is not usually a small cost to ask for, especially if the spell you're bringing back isn't really worth this. Yeah, pros and cons there. But quasi-duplicate, this definitely could be, depending on the cards you pair it with, could definitely be a game-breaking, game-winning type card. Right now, I'm not overly impressed with it, because you have to control the creature. If it was like, create a token of a creature card in your graveyard, well, that'd be stupid strong. But it's got Jumpstart, so you could even do it twice in one turn. If you got 6 mana, that's not bad. Late game? Yeah, late game, this card's going to be pretty powerful. Because even if they fizzle it out once, then you get another shot at it with Jumpstart. Hopefully you have more than one card worth copying. But yeah, okay. Definitely a good pick in limited. Ooh, Planeswalker already. All right, Ral. Is it Viceroy? For 3 blue, red, 5 mana, 5 loyalty. Sure. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Keep rocking it. All right. Yeah, basically draw 2 cards, because I'm sure you're going to have some type of Jumpstart action going on. -3, Ral Is It Viceroy deals damage to target creature equal to the total number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. Ooh, it counts both. That's interesting. Well, yeah, it counts both because when you jumpstart something, it gets exiled, so you're not losing value in a sense with him. All right, and then his ultimate, you get an emblem with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target, and you draw 2 cards. What? How does this compare to Chandra? Chandra was 1 color. She cost 4. She gave you an extra bonus ability, so you didn't lose out on red mana, or you could potentially draw a card and or deal damage. Was instant removal. Wow. So this seems like a version of Chandra that is... Yeah, that turn 5 is a big deal, though. The fact that it can have that removal, this could be a standard disruption type card. Especially with the wizard deck looking like it's got some potential. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be amazing in limited, no question. I'm kind of curious how it works out in constructed. That'll remain to be seen, but that's a pretty sweet Planeswalker. Sacred Foundry, Shockland, beautiful, amazing art. Who did these? Adam Porter? Can I read that right? We're clicking into it. Hold on. Artist. Adam Paquette. Okay. See, shows what I know. Adam Paquette. I mean, that thing looks phenomenal. Next up is Sinister Sabotage for 1 and 2 blue, counter target spell, and Surveil 1. Wow. That's very good. Like, Cancel's been pretty strong in M19, and the fact that this then lets you Surveil 1 as well as counter spell, yeah, these are definitely being included in just about every blue deck. Oh, that's sweet. He's got the Dimir symbol going on, too. I like it. All right, Steam Vents. Gosh, dude, look at this artwork. This stuff is crazy good looking. These things in foil, I'm sure they better be phenomenal looking, because that's awesome. And I love the guild symbol as well in the text. Very cool. Very cool touch. Temple Garden. Gorgeous again. Yeah, big fan. All right, next up, Thought Erasure. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Surveil 1. Wow. So it's kind of got a Thoughtseize element to it, plus the Surveil 1. I mean, Thoughtseize broke standard the last time. It doesn't break standard, but it definitely overtakes standard. This probably isn't on that level because Surveil doesn't make up for the second turn play, I don't think. But that's still pretty... I mean, that's a strong card. Getting to remove any card from your opponent's hand besides land. Although, you know, I guess that's not negligible. But the fact that it could be any card they discard it, and you still get to surveil 1. Yeah, that's a sweet card. In limited, I would definitely play it because it's not limited like duresses are, but yeah, there's always the risk of drawing it late game. They don't have any cards in hand. Bummer. Either way, yeah, that's a good card. Yeah. Next card, Underrealm Lich. Ooh, Mythic. All right, for 3 black and a green, we've got a 4/3. Okay, so what's its bonus? If you would draw a card, instead look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put 1 into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Wow. And okay, so they're going for the Undergrowth. So you can just discard creatures all day if you want. That's not super ideal. You can pay 4 life and it gains indestructible till end of turn, and you have to tap it. So what's sweet is every time you're drawing a card, you now get to look at 3 cards, so you can make sure you get a card you want or have better chances of getting a card you want, plus then work in some synergies with either Jumpstart or Undergrowth. It's also a zombie elf shaman. That's pretty cool that it belongs or can join 3 tribes. This seems like in constructed, I could definitely see this being pretty good. Limited, it looks like it's good, and the fact that you can give it indestructible is not too shabby, but paying 4 life to save a 4/3, that does... If you can synergize with this card, it could be game-breaking good for you. If it just ends up being a 4/3 that helps you draw a couple, like 1 or 2 extra cards, not extra cards, but cards that add you benefit. Yeah, okay, so this thing has a pretty low floor, but I'd say it also has a pretty low ceiling in limited, unless you can get some synergies. If you can get some synergies in it, that can really help up its overall potential. So I like it. I don't love the card, but I like it for limited. Watery Grave. Oh man, another just awesome looking shock. Look how sweet that thing looks. That thing's awesome. All right, Firemind's Research. Oh wait, quick rant on the Underrealm Lich and just Undergrowth in general. For limited, I'm not entirely sure how often you're going to get a lot of benefit from Undergrowth. So this is probably the clan I'm going to be the guild I'm going to be most focused on to see how they work with it to make it powerful and limited. Because you only have, what, 15 to 18 creatures typically, and if you're discarding 3 or 4 of those, that's a pretty big chunk of your creatures to just put in the graveyard to bolster this ability. So I'm curious how they work that in to make it balanced in limited and in constructed. Seems like a pretty tall order for wizards. And then Firemind's Research. Okay, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a charge counter on Firemind's Research. And this only costs a blue and a red. Okay, but you can pay 1 in a blue to remove 2 counters, draw a card. You can pay 1 in a red to remove 5 counters, deals 5 damage to any target. That's pretty sweet. I mean, you have to get it down early, so that's the risk in limited, is if you draw it mid-game, you're probably not super stoked. But you play this, you play 2 more spells, and then... So once you play your second instant or sorcery after playing this, it can basically replace itself. And then if you get to, say, 4, you can get a bonus card. And if you end up waiting till 5, then you deal 5 damage to any target. So that's pretty nice. Because, with the Jumpstart ability, yeah, you're getting bonus value from your spells. They're basically adding 2 counters to this if you have the resources for it. So in limited, you're going to probably have more options than you normally would to get up to a decent number of counters. The idea that it's going to be... Yeah, the risk is you have to get it out early. So to think it's going to be a slam dunk into every blue-red deck, you just have to have a really high amount of instants and sorceries. If you got 2 of these in a deck, ooh... That'd be pretty sweet. There would be some value for you. It'd be like a high risk, high reward type deck, which I would definitely be into playing. I'm a big fan of the Is It archetype, Is It guild, as it were. So overall, this one I like this card. I don't know if it's gonna be amazing, but I like the card. Now, moving on to these basic lands. Are they like foil? This plains definitely looks foil. So this is meant to be the foily-esque version. Man, these artworks look sick, especially for these not being full art. Would I want these to be full art? They seem like I would, but honestly, like the perspective they've given these is pretty awesome. Nah, who am I kidding? I always like full art lands. Always, I 90% of the time really like full art lands. These look these are definitely some nice looking. Are they the same artist on all of them? Richard Wright. Nailed it, dude. You crushed these. These look so good. Those look awesome. Okay, moving on. Golgari Guildgate. Land Gate. Ooh, is that... Am I just like a completely lost here? But Gate. I'm curious to see what synergies are going to work with that. That's interesting. Is this thing upside down too? It looks like a clock tower, but it looks like it's upside down. That's I don't know. So far, I am wickedly impressed with the art of this set. And I know that, what was it, the Ravnica initial spoiler that they were returning to Ravnica was pretty cringy, you know what I mean? But this is awesome. I don't think I've seen a single card that I have not liked the art of yet. All right, let's move on to today, Tuesday. Unexplained Disappearance. That is amazing art. I don't know what to say. This art is amazing in this set. Big fan. Okay, for 1 and a blue, return target creature to its owner's hand, surveil 1. Disperse is a good card in M19 right now, and now you get to surveil 1 on top of dispersing something. That is... I don't know, man, surveil right now to me is feeling like the overpowered mechanic. Tap target creature, it deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. And you can jumpstart it. Okay, so for 1, a blue and a red, you can tap target creature, deals 2 damage to the owner of it. With jumpstart. So that might give you some nice workarounds of some situations that your opponent might not be planning on you having the jumpstart ability. It's still 3 mana, but you basically get a shock and a tap out of it. That's not bad. I guess a shock to the face is what I should say. Okay, I mean, I like the art. This is probably my least favorite art. There's something about it that's not blowing me away right now. But overall... Oh, look, and they're doing it to the Boros Guild dude, which makes sense because it's a Minotaur. Nice little detail. All right, I now like the art more. They're like, you chose the wrong additional color. Red, thumbs up. Blue, you're getting a migraine. Sorry, bro. All right, Mood Mark Painter. For 2 and 2 black, you get really bad face tattoos. No, you get a Human Shaman, 2/3, with Undergrowth. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gains Menace and +X/+0, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Okay, this is not a card you want to play on turn 4, more often than not. This is a card you want to play as almost a bomb. Yeah. Yeah, because a 2/3 for 4 is nothing to be excited about. But if you get this late game, like turn 8, 7, 8, and you got 4 or 5 cards in your graveyard, and now you've just given your creature Menace and +4, +5, give or take to the power, you're probably swinging in for a pretty hefty chunk. So yeah, I'm going to say solid card. I don't know if it's a card that's going to make every deck. I don't know if it's a card that is going to be super powerful. The double black makes me a little concerned too, but again, we have Shockland, so who knows? Who knows what other mana fixing will be in the set? Yeah, okay. I'm reserving my expectations on this card. Like, it doesn't feel as good as whatever the white card is in M19 that gives +2/+0 and first strike. This card does not feel as good as that card. First impression wise. Could be way off. Don't know. Hammer Dropper for 2 red and a white. It's a 5/2 for 4 mana. Meh. But it has Mentor. So this is going to allow you to keep using Mentor every time it attacks safely. The problem, it has 2 defense. So, and it doesn't come out till turn 4. It doesn't attack till turn 5. You gotta have something to protect this if you're gonna try and get some value from that Mentor. If not, you're getting 1 token and probably trading with something you don't really want to trade with. So this card, yeah, common. If you're behind, it's not going to help you. If you're ahead, it could really help. But not impressed with that card. Barging Sergeant for 4 and a red, 4/2, haste and Mentor. This is what I was looking for. So to have haste, I think, is such a huge boon to then also having Mentor. Because your opponent can't be like, oh, I got to make sure I have blocks lined up for this guy next turn. It's like, nope, this is on the board and it's coming at your face. Even though it has the 2 toughness here, again, you only get to attack once, but the haste, to me, gives it such better value. Because you're automatically pumping, or you're pumping, you have the ability, the option to pump something up the turn it comes down. That could be pretty cool. Yeah. So I like Barging Sergeant more than Hammer Dropper. I would give up the 1 power for the haste and keep it monocolored. Even though, well, this is a 5-drop. 5 to 4. Yeah, a 5-drop 4/2 menace. A 5-drop 4/2 haste with mentor. Do I like it more than Hammer Dropper? Yeah, I still like it more than Hammer Dropper. Because I'm pretty high up on the haste with mentor. We'll see if my suspicion is wrong or right. Rosemane Centaur. For 3, a green and a white, you get a 4/4 that has Convoke and Vigilance. Okay. For 5 mana, a 4/4 with Vigilance. Not bad. And the fact that it has Convoke. Yeah, this is a really solid pickup. And I'm pretty happy to see a gold card at common. That's pretty cool. Alright, ooh, we got split cards are coming back? Interesting. I need to, like, tilt my monitor. Alright, status to statue. Well then. Ooh, and they're giving the split, okay, so you could red or green. Geez, red or green. Black or green, that's pretty exciting. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains death touch until end of turn. Okay. Oh, but it's an instant. Ooh! Wow. So this is a one cost removal spell that works in red. Why do I keep saying red? In black or green. So for each color in Golgari, you now get an instant speed removal. So I'm just thinking out loud, is this a card that Selesnya would be happy to take just for that ability alone? Or would Dimir be happy to take this for that ability alone? That's, yeah, if you're like short on removal, to have a 1 mana cost instant speed removal that helps you get rid of literally any creature they have on the board, so long as you can just apply this to one of your creatures, that's a pretty nice bonus. Alright, but at Golgari, they get the bonus of destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. So for 4 mana, they have an instant speed removal of anything you basically have on the board. This is a first pickable card for sure. I mean, it's good removal. That alone, even though it's 2 colored, 4 cost to get rid of, destroy basically any permanent on their side of the board, worth the fact that it then gives you another instant speed removal of sorts that only costs 1 mana. Yeah, that's an awesome card. Deadly Visit. 3 and 2 black. So this is the Lich's Caress of Guilds of Ravnica. Destroy target creature. Yep, but you get to Surveil 2. Surveil 2 for the same cost as Lich's... I mean, Lich's Caress is one of the best removals in M19, and it just gains you 3 life, which is not negligible by any means, but Surveil 2? If this card just leads to you getting to draw 2 cards, essentially, because it's focused... We got the Dimir symbol. But, man, Surveil 2, that seems way stronger than just gaining 3 life. Scry 2 would be amazing. Destroy target creature for 5, and Surveil 2. Hey, I'm super hyped up on Surveil. Now, next, Radical Idea. She is pumped. She is so excited right now. For 1 and a blue, you get to draw a card. Okay, done. And jumpstart it. Meh. I mean, it's instant speed. That's not bad. End of your turn. I'll tap 4 mana, draw 2 cards. Well, I'll draw a card, then I'll discard a card and draw another card. Yeah, I mean, it's passable. It's a card you might be happy just to help you make sure you can get through your deck, cycle through your deck a bit more. Yeah, common. I'm with it. Yeah. And then Murmuring Mystic, little blurry action, but 3 and a blue. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying. So for 4 mana, you get a 1/5. But whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you're getting a 1/1 token with flying. 4 mana? That seems really good. The fact that you now get bonus value on every spell you cast, as well as giving a little bit of extra value to your jump-started cards. yeah, like 1/1 tokens are not negligible in limited by any means. This is a card I'm excited to play with. I can already feel this is a card I want to play with. I like it. Big fan. Blade Instructor. For 2 and a white, you get a 3/1 with Mentor. Yeah, this Mentor ability is... Because every creature we've seen with Mentor this far is at a pretty low toughness. Which I guess makes sense, because you want to make sure when it attacks that it has a good target for Mentor. But if every creature you're playing out there already has high toughness, or sorry, already has high power, you're not really going to be able to get the trigger off as often as you'd like, right? You're not going to be able to pump your creatures up as often. You know, like, it seems like Mentor is going to be easier than not to just get in the way of. So, yeah, okay. All right, so right now, if I had to rank... Well, let's go through the rest of the cards. Come on. Direct Current. 1 and 2 red. It deals 2 damage to any target, and then you can jumpstart it. And it's not instant speed? Not currently overly impressed. Healer's Hawk. 1 for a 1/1 flying lifelink. Talk about power creep, dude. 1/1 flying and lifelink? That's a pretty nice card. I mean, like, this is a card that you're happy to play in Selesnya because you want early drops to be able to convoke your big stuff out. All right, and what's last but not least? Arboretum Elemental. 7 and 2 green for a 7/5. It has convoke and it has hexproof. Oh, they've already done it to us. Oh, they've already done it. Like, Vine Mare is annoying enough as a 5/3. This thing is a 7/5 hexproof. I get that it takes 9 mana. I get that. But then you gave it Convoke. If this is the only hexproof card in the set, will I be happy? Yes. The no interaction is not fun to deal with in limited. Even being on the attacking side of it, it just doesn't feel the greatest. A 7/5 hexproof. We'll have to see how many like target opponent sacrifices a creature or board wipes there are in this set. But even at 9 mana, I would still be happy to slam this into any deck, especially in the Selesnya tribe, which is looking like it's going to have some decent options to give you a quick board presence. Like, if you, let's just scroll back up at the top real quick. If you have Amara in your deck and you get this thing down early, and then you're like, hey, guess what I'm doing? I'm just tapping all my creatures, getting bonus tokens, getting 7/5 hexproof creatures. It's uncommon. Maybe the 9 mana isn't big enough to turn, but if this thing comes down turn 6, turn 7, you're still going to be in such a rough spot. Yeah, we'll have to see what kind of combat tricks Selesnya is working with, what kind of pump spells or enchantments are going on as well. But to make the hexproof creature even bigger with Convoke, not a fan. Not a fan immediately. We'll see what happens. So that's the end of our spoilers. I'm pumped for this set. This art looks fantastic. So far they seem to be making the mechanics look pretty solid. I think right now I'm ranking Surveil definitely at the top. Like, no questions asked from me. And then second, actually Jumpstart's looking better than I was expecting. Some of the cards seem pretty meh, but overall the blue and red cards seem pretty cool, and I think Steam Vents might be one of my favorite Shocklands, that art. And they have a Planeswalker, so can't go wrong there. And then I'd probably... So yeah, Surveil, Jumpstart, Convoke, Undergrowth Mentor at the bottom? Yeah, so right now I'm gonna have Undergrowth and Mentor tied for 4th place. But that's my current ranking. Man, dude, I love spoiler season. This is so awesome to just get to look at all these new cards. Yeah, and to see how like creative Wizards gets with new mechanics like this. Because some of these cards are pretty cool. Yeah, they might not all make constructed decks. Very few of them ever do. But from a limited perspective, this set's looking like you can go pretty deep in the tank, as it were. I do like that the set is worth $69 American or 24 cents in euros. Okay, Europe's really excited about this set too, I can tell. Yeah, so just let me know what you're thinking about the spoilers thus far. Let me know if you enjoy this type of content. If you do, just let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, I guess. If you subscribe, then I'll definitely know that you like the content. And overall, I just hope you're as excited as I am for Guilds of Ravnica, because this set looks awesome. So, thank y'all for watching. We will see you in the next video. Peace.